Hi, guess what? Today we're getting messages from your pet. If you don't have a pet, if you have never had a pet, this reading probably is not for you, but you are, of course, welcome to watch it anyway. I don't currently have any pets, but I have done individual pet readings before, and I thought it would be fun to do it for you today. So this can be a pet that you currently have. It can be a pet from the past. I will likely be using present tense when I talk about your pet, FYI. This can be a dog. It can be a cat. It can be a different animal. I am using a dog tarot deck for one group today, a cat tarot deck for one group. If you do have a cat or dog, you can choose one of those decks. You don't have to. Just choose what you're drawn to. Okay? So go ahead and think about the pet that you would like to hear from. I am going to show you the strength card from each of these decks because sometimes the strength card feels like a pet card to me. Okay, let's look at your options now. For group one, we have Pink Amethyst. We are using the Kawaii Tarot today, and this is the strength card. For group two, we have Amethyst. We are using the Tarot of Pagan Cats, and this is the Strength card. For group three, we have Bumblebee Jasper. We are using the Magical Dogs Tarot, and this is the Strength card. Okay, take your time choosing if you need to. Meet me in your reading when you're ready. Hi, group one. You chose the Pink Amethyst in the Kawaii Tarot. Welcome to your reading. We're getting messages from your pet today. So we are looking at, what is going on for your pet right now. How is life for them right now? We're going to look at what they might need more of, what they might need less of, how you have impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you. And finally, what else do they love about you? I've already shuffled the deck, but I'm just going to do one more quick shuffle. This deck is notoriously hard to shuffle. Let me give it one more. Okay, good enough. Okay, so what is going on for your pet right now? How is life for your pet right now? The Three of Coins. The Two of Coins. And the Six of Wands. Okay, so the first thing that's coming through is your pet honestly seems to be having a pretty happy time of it. Not only does it seem like they have like a lot of toys or you play with them a lot, or maybe there are other pets that they get to play with or other people that they get to play with, but there's very like playful energy. There seems to be like toys and like distractions and things. So I would say that you or whoever is taking care of them during the day or whenever they are like having social time, they're having a lot of fun and you're doing a great job. And also because there are like pentacles here, it feels like they have, they feel like not only playful, but also secure. So there's this feeling of like whatever you are offering them, like the toys that they have, the play that you're providing them, it's not only giving them like a great time, like they're having so much fun and they're playing a lot, but they also, it makes them feel more safe and secure and taken care of. And so there's a lot of energy here of them like just having a really good time. And so your pet seems to be really happy and feels really, really safe. And that's, of course, what you probably want for your pet to feel, but it's just like this exuberant feeling of joy. And so if this is a pet that goes outside, it seems like they might be kind of social and they may get to like play with like other animals outside, or they get to socialize. It feels like this is a pet who is not just like home alone all the time, hiding under the bed. This is definitely a pet that's either playing with you or whoever else is in the household or has like other friends, but it definitely feels like this pet has other friends. Yeah, this is a happy baby. This is somebody who is your animal is very happy and like feels very loved. And with the Six of Wands here too, I just really get the energy with all of these cards that this pet is getting enough attention and is getting enough what's the word? I can't think of the word, but it's like when they're getting enough like their brain is getting enough attention, their body is getting enough attention, the playful part of them is getting enough attention. It's like they're getting everything that they need. And not only are they getting their needs met, but they're really, really happy and having a lot of fun. And it feels like you and whoever else may be around this animal is paying enough attention to this animal. And they're not really getting like bored. They feel important. They feel paid attention to. They feel like they are learning things, that they are getting their like social needs met. And they're very like energetic and they're getting to play. And honestly, their life looks really good. So what's going on for them right now is they're just like really, really happy. And it's the sweetest. Whenever I do pet readings, it is just always the sweetest energy in the world. And that is certainly what's happening with your pet. I do feel like they are like well fed, or they're getting enough like treats, or they're taking care, like their physical needs are being taken care of. They definitely seem to be like having running around time and playing time. So I would say probably this is a pet who is not super, super old, or if they are old, they still have a good amount of energy. Or you could, of course, be remembering a pet from the past, but this is more youthful energy or like middle of their life. They still seem to be quite energetic and very, very playful. And this pet is very curious and getting to like indulge their curiosities. Like, I don't know if they get to like smell a lot of things and see a lot of things. But there's a lot of joy here. And I know I keep saying it, but playfulness. And I definitely like, if you have worried at all that they are like not feeling important enough or anything like that, they certainly do. They feel very important. I think that they feel like this pet feels like either the most important person in the household. Like, I don't know if it's just you and them or if there are multiple people or pets, but they feel like they're on top in some way. And they're like maybe even the most important, the most special, or the most treasured. They know they're special for sure. And, there's just, it's interesting with the Two of Coins, because what I get from this particular card right now is just that they're it's not like they're balancing too much, but it's like they have so many options. It almost feels like they never get bored, because it's like, oh, you want to play, you want to eat, you want to go outside, you want to like take a nap, you want to like cuddle, it's like they always have something that they can do. I don't feel like they're ever really bored, and they always have like enough that keeps their attention. And yeah, like, I just want to say again, like, I really feel like this animal has friends outside of just you. So you would know whether or not that's the case. But like, it definitely feels like they like play with other animals or other people, and like they see these other beings as their friends, and they love like seeing the same people or seeing the same animals, whether they live together or not. Like, they have friendships outside of just you, and they value their friendships, which is really, really sweet. And yeah, and they love to have time with these people or other pets, and they love to like they look forward to hanging out with like their other loved ones and their other connections. And I think they even have like dreams about you and the other people and animals in their life. And like, when they wake up, sometimes they're like excited to go play, or they'll like wake up from a dream and come try to like find you to play because they just had a dream about you. It's that kind of energy. What do they need more of? Temperance, Four of Wands. What do they need less of? Seven of Coins, Four of coins. So maybe because this pet of yours does seem so energetic and seems to be like doing so much that they almost need more downtime, more resting time, more just like chill down time. So, I don't know if it's just crazy to me that like a pet could be like doing too much, but maybe they are prone to having so much fun that they're always racing around and always playing and always wanting to like go outside or do things or get your attention. But it might actually be good for them to like rest a little bit more. Or like, I don't know if you're super energetic, but with the Temperance card and like also with the Four of Wands here. So it kind of feels like resting together. So more together time that is not necessarily like playing or doing things. So this can just be like maybe you're watching TV and your pet gets on the couch and like snuggles and takes a nap. Or like if it's not just you and your pet and there are more people or animals in the household, like bonding time where everyone is together and sort of relaxed. So there's more like relaxing, but more together relaxing. So they would benefit from the balance of that because it does seem like they get into so much that while that is like so much fun for them, they are saying that they need a little bit more like rest. And this particular rest, not only is it together, but it also feels very like luxury with the way that like, there's like they're resting and they're together, but there's like fruit and like a little umbrella and like there's flowers. There's all this stuff too that makes it feel very luxury. So somehow having like lazy time with them that feels luxury in some way for them. So maybe like you make their bed extra cushy and comfy, or if you can, you like pull it onto the couch next to you. I don't know if they're like allowed up there. But like giving them extra cozy comfort for the downtime and spending more downtime with them, like just kind of being in one another's presence while relaxing. Maybe you read and they are sitting there. But it seems like they get enough like play and stimulation, but there needs to be more balanced rest. But again, not just like, oh, like, okay, they can take a nap while I go run errands. Like they can, but it's like they want rest time with you. So they want playtime with you and they want rest time with you. And so you probably already do this, but they're saying they want a little bit more of it. And as far as what they want or need a little bit less of, this feels a little bit related to you actually at first. So what they might need a little bit less of is like, you might be getting a little bit overwhelmed sometimes in life. And of course, like, you're the person, you have to like pay the bills and like do the chores and all of that stuff. But you might be getting overwhelmed by life. You might be getting stressed out. You might be finding that like you're clinging on to things instead of letting them go, or you are just constantly like planning for the future, all, the stuff we do as people. But it might be affecting them a little bit because maybe like this has become a bigger issue for you recently where you're feeling more stressed out or something like that. And they may be able to sense it. And I think like, it feels like they want to make you feel better and they don't really know how. And so they're trying to like do whatever they can in their way to make you feel better. So if there's any way that like when you're spending like more time with your pet, if you can turn some of that stuff off, like, I don't know how possible that is for you right now, but it's just that they can like pick up on it and they want to help you feel better. And it's like tugging at my heart a little bit because I think that, pets can understand a lot more than we sometimes give them credit for, but they also like don't fully get some things, of course, because, if you have a dog and you're a person, you have different perspectives on things, of course. But basically, if we ask what they need less of, they need less of, I think, your overwhelm and stress, however that might be showing up around them, if possible. Or if you try to like, if your pet is wanting attention or following you around or like whining or barking or whatever, or like meowing, and you like give them food to shut them up or like give them a snack or something like that, like, I don't know that you're doing that, but there could be something that you're doing to like kind of like get them out of your way so you can finish whatever you're trying to finish or whatever. And if that's the case, they're noticing that. And, of course you can't spend 100% of your time like with your animal, like bonding and all that stuff. Like you have a life. But I'm trying to relay this energy that's coming through from this pet. And I think sometimes they do feel a little bit like, shuttled away or like shut up or something, because it's like you don't necessarily have the energy for them. So you're like, here's your food or whatever, instead of like being able to pay attention to them when they're asking for attention. And again, I'm just trying to be reasonable here and like say, like, you probably can't pay all of your attention to them. But again, when we ask what they need less of, I'm just relaying the energy that's coming through here. So if there's anything you can do to release some stress, maybe pay attention to them when they're asking for attention sometimes, because they are feeling whatever is going on for you. They want to help you, and it's really sweet, and it makes me a little bit sad. Let's see how you have impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you. So let's see. The Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Coins, and the Three of Cups. I decided to pull one more, the Nine of Wands. Oh, it's always the sweetest energy when I read for pets. It does feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, they feel that there is an element of fate here. And they feel that you and them came together because you were meant to come together. So I don't know if you got them as a baby or if you adopted them later in life, but they definitely feel like you were meant to be in one another's lives, that they were meant to be with you and you were meant to be with them. And there's also such a feeling of safety with you and protection. And, it's so nice. They just feel very, very loved by you, very safe and very grateful to be in your life. Oh, this is going to make me cry. This animal loves you very, very much. And, it feels like they feel very bonded to you and feel like you have something in common with one another. Some kind of energy is in common, and it feels like they could have had so many different paths and so many different lives. And because you took them into your life, they get to have this really special bond with you and this really comfortable and happy life that they may not have had with someone else or otherwise. So somehow they feel that you have brought joy and camaraderie and support and safety and love into their life. I think that they feel very, very grateful for all that you have given them as long as you have known them. They feel like you've taken really good care of them. You've paid a lot of attention to them. You have taken care of all of their needs, and beyond that, they feel like they do seem to feel like they're sort of living in luxury in some way. Like, they have way more than their needs being taken care of. They have like luxuries. They get to have like extra, and that they feel that you are so generous for all that you've given them. Oh, I didn't think I was going to cry in this one. They feel like just so much gratitude for you and for all that you have provided for them and all the love that you've given them, the attention, the toys, the friendships, like everything that you have given them in their life feels very, very full, and they feel very fulfilled. There is I just feel so emotional because their heart is so big. Like when they think about you. Yeah, your pet just loves you very, very much. And the gratitude is like bigger than you can imagine. And I think that they like wish that they could give back to you in the same way. Like I do see that they feel there is a reciprocal give and take between you. I know that they feel like they also give to you, and they can also feel how you have benefited from having them in your life. And, but they also like, they know that like you have given them so much that they would not be able to give that same back. And they're just so grateful for the unconditional love that you have bestowed upon them. And I wonder if sometimes you feel guilty for certain things, or you wish you could give them more attention, but like from their point of view and from their eyes, like you have given them more than they could have ever asked for. And it's just that they like are just, the gratitude is like unbelievable. And also there's such a gratitude for the fact that like, not only do you give so much without expectation for them to give in the same way, because they know that there is a difference. They know that you're a person and they are not, and that you can give in certain ways that they aren't able to give, but they're also really grateful because they're able to basically have this super like lazy, relaxing, happy, fun life because of you. They know it's because of you, because you take care of them, because you pay for things, because you are there, because you provide for them. And so it's like these cats napping on this flower in the background. It feels like they not only can they just rest and be and like live a life as a pet, having fun and being happy, but they also seem to have a level of knowing about that. And so they are grateful for it, because I think that they know that their life could have been different, or maybe it was different before you came along. And so there is like a never ending supply of gratitude for you and what you give to them. And yeah, they do really seem to have a level of understanding here that like, you don't have to do this, but you choose to do it out of love, and it opens up the love within them. And they just, it's like, it's always the sweetest energy when it comes to like pets. But your pet is very loved, and your pet loves you very much. And their life is very, very full, and they are grateful. And I think that if you do have more than one pet, this one does, like I said before, feels like extra special for some reason. So either they've been around longer in your family, or they just see themselves as better. I don't know what it is. This might be your only pet, or it could also be a past pet, but like this one sees themselves as extra special. But again, like there's this energy of feeling like you're not the only person in their life, or even if you're the only person, there are other animals. So again, I'm getting the sense that like they have more than one relationship, and they value all of their relationships, even if you're their favorite. They really, really love. So it feels like they love the feeling of family. So again, I don't know if there are more people or animals in your household, or if they just see all of their relationships as an interconnected family, and they love being together. So, if there are, for example, if you live with other people and other pets, they love when everyone's together. If you don't, they love like, if this is a dog and you take them to a dog park and like they have their different dog friends, they love like when everyone's there. They really, really like having like the group of their loved ones together as much as possible. Yeah. And like the fact that like, you've allowed them to have these other relationships in this life too is something else that they're really grateful for, and like something that you've given them. And, the Nine of Wands really makes me think about the fact that they could have had another life that wasn't this joyous and this easy and this happy and this fulfilling. And that either they had a life before you came along that was harder, or they know that their life could have gone another way, and which is so interesting. But they do have this knowing that like, because of you, they have this life, or because of you and the other people that are in their family is why that they get to have this joyous, happy life. And I definitely think some people in this group have like a rescue or like an animal they adopted a little later in life, because I think before you came along, their life was a little bit more uncertain, a little harder. They had to be more, for some reason, aggressive is coming to mind, the word aggressive, but it doesn't have aggressive energy. It's kind of like having to like either be guarded or protect themselves, or they had to think about what was coming, or like whatever it was that came before you, or maybe like how they've seen other animals treated or something. Like, it could have been different. And because of the life that they have, because of you, their life is wonderful and amazing and fun. And like, again, it feels like they have more than they could have ever wanted. And like, again, for some reason, I feel like some of you are like feeling guilty, like you don't do enough or give enough. If that's the case, your pet feels like overwhelmed by the amount that they have. They feel like they have more than they could have ever asked for, like I said. Let's get a couple more cards and see what else they love about you. The Two of Wands. The Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. So even though this pet is very like energetic seeming, and I kind of wondered if you also are very energetic, they see you as sort of a calming force. So you seem to calm their energy down. They definitely, again, they feel very, very safe with you. They feel very protected. They feel very loved. They feel very seen. They feel taken care of. I think I said that. They see you as, I don't know if you see yourself this way or not, but they see you as being like a planner, like maybe because you plan ahead and you make sure that they have the food that they need, or you're always getting them new toys, or you're making sure to take them like outside or to play with them at certain times of the day, or like you make sure to spend some time with them or something. Somehow they see you as like planning, as a planner, and like as being sort of organized, and they see you as having sort of like a logical mind and like a rational mind. Like, again, for some reason, I think some of you don't see yourselves this way. But this is how your animal sees you. They see you as very like put together, very adult, very mature. And of course, they're probably going to see you that way because you take care of them, right? But like, it's because you take such good care of them in their eyes. And so, it seems like you create like a balance for them as well. And they, and since this is what they love about you, they love that feeling of balance and feeling like, they get play, they get rest, they get like food, they get like, it's this feeling very like safe and taken care of. And like, there's a flow here where nothing seems like it ever gets too out of control for them. So even if they like play really hard, like then they come home and take a nap, it's like, you don't like make them play more, it's like this, it's very restful, and they feel like they can trust, they trust you, but they also trust like the decisions you're going to make and the way that you're going to take care of them and show up for them, and that you're going to be with them no matter what. And like, they're not going to wake up one day and you're not going to be there. They know you're always going to be there. There's this really safe feeling. And they also really like, you seem to be like a very curious person, or like the way that you interact with your pet is like, has like a playfulness and a curiosity, and like, they really love that about you. And like, I think that you somehow, impact like their intelligence. So like you sort of teach them things. I don't know if you teach them tricks or they learn from observing you or something, but you teach them and they learn from you, and they feel like you make them more curious and more smart, which is kind of a weird thing to say about a pet, but that's what's coming through. And again, they feel this camaraderie with you, like this like sort of companionship with you, where they feel like you have a similar energy to one another, or something like, again, there's this faded quality coming through where they feel like you were meant to know one another, and that maybe there was another life where they were your pet, and they came back to you, because there's this feeling of like, they know you and they've known you for a long time, and they like trust you in a way that like goes so deep. There's something about the way that they see you and feel around you that feels more special than any other, relationship. Like they feel a bonding with you specifically. Even though they have like other friends and other people they love and like maybe other family members, like it's you that they really love and they feel something special with, even if they're bonded to other people too. Yeah, there's a strong feeling of feeling very safe with you and just loving the way that you make them feel and the way that you make them feel taken care of, protected, safe, and like anything that they do is fine, which, seems strange coming from a pet, because it's like, well, of course, anything they do is fine, right? Like if you have a cat, like, it's not like you're judging them for their decisions, or you're like laughing, they're a cat, so they're going to do cat stuff. But the thing is like some pets don't have it that way. Some pets are not treated that well or treated with respect. And I think that the thing is with your pet is they know they're being treated with respect, and they feel a lot of gratitude for that, because I think that, again, either they had a different life before the life with you, or they are observing other animals and the other animals' relationships, with other people, something like that. Like they somehow know they have it good with you, and they're just so appreciative of that. Okay, group 1, thank you for spending this time with me. I'm really grateful I got to do this with you. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know by leaving a comment or liking the video, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye. Hi, group 2, you chose the Amethyst and the Pagan Cats Tarot. I have already shuffled this deck. I'm going to shuffle one more time, but we are looking at what is going on for your pet right now. How is life for them right now? What they might need more of, what they might need less of, how you have impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you, and what else they love about you. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on for your pet right now. How is life looking for them right now? We've got the World. We've got the Magician. And the Two of Cups. Okay, so these are good cards, which is good. But for some reason, I am getting a little bit of a sense that things maybe have been a little bit harder lately. Like I wonder if it's been a little harder for you lately, because I'm sensing a little bit of emotional energy and a little bit of like worry about you and a worry about what's going to happen. So if you're relating to that at all, I think you found the right group, because there does seem to be some energy of something going on that involves you, and I think either involves your pet directly, or your pet feels involved because they love you so much and are so attached to you. But for some reason, I'm barely even looking at these cards yet, but I'm just getting some energy of like, for some reason it feels like something's gone on recently. So it makes me wonder if there was like either a breakup or a breakup in the family. I don't know if it's just you and this pet or if there are other people involved, but it feels like it could either be something like that. And so they're unsure of like what's going to happen now, or like you're very emotional, so they're worried about you, or something of that nature. I don't know if that's the case for sure, but they don't seem like unhappy. There's just some energy where like they're a little bit concerned, and it does feel like it involves you and being possibly kind of worried about you. They do seem to feel very, very connected to you, very close to you, very bonded to you with this Two of Cups. Like you have an understanding, you have history with one another. So it is possible that this could be a new pet to you. There's a few different things I'm feeling. For the most the first thing I feel is like, this is a pet you've had for a while, at least a few years. This does feel like for some of you, this could be an older pet that you've been together for longer than a few years. It is possible that this is a new pet to you, but if this is a newer pet to you, I do think that this is an older pet. I don't think that this is like a kitten or a puppy or like a baby animal. I think that this is an animal that has been around for a few years, if not elderly, and has either been in your life for some time, or this is an older animal that you've just adopted. There definitely seems to be, with the last group, there was a lot more youthful energy. This feels older. But I do think for most of you, this is a pet that feels very bonded to you. And so something feels sort of maybe a little shaken up lately. Or you might be worried about them and they're sensing that worry. That's a possibility too. And I do think that's the case for some of you. And if that is the case, that you've been like worried about your animal, they're coming through to say, I'm just fine. Even if they are having health problems, even if they are getting older, even if something like that is going on, they're basically trying to tell you that they are okay. That even if they seem like they don't feel well, they're okay. And they're basically, the way that this magician cat is raising its paw, it's just like, I'm fine. I'm okay. You don't need to worry about me. This is just what happens. This is the natural process of life. We have ups and downs. Because I do think for some reason, something's going on with you. You're having like anxiety about something or sadness about something, whether it's related to your pet or not. But your animal wants you to know that they are okay, and that they're also here for you, which is making me want to cry a little bit, because I think that like some of you are worried about your pet or you're having like anxieties and you're feeling like you're not giving them enough attention or something like that. And like you want to be there for them, but they are actually trying to show up for you. Oh, these are so emotional. Your animal wants you to know, your pet wants you to know, whether you've been together a long time or not, that they are feeling like protection over you. They are feeling love for you. They want you to be safe and happy and well. If you are worried about them, they don't want you to be worried about them. And if you are worried about other things, they are concerned about you. They are not concerned with themselves. They don't feel like, it's not like they feel like you're not paying enough attention to them or anything like that. Like if that's something you're worried about, it's like they just want you to be okay, and they are okay. And like, yeah, they're fine. They're really just fine. Like their life right now is like all they want it to be. There's nothing more that they want. There's nothing more that they need. They are just fine. And literally they seem so concerned about you for some reason. And if you're relating to this and you're feeling bad about that, don't. It's literally just because they love you so much. And they just want to be present for you. And so I think that like, yes, we're asking for what's going on for them right now and how life is for them, but like they seem to be very, very focused on you, and they just want to be there for you in the ways that they can. And I think that they know that like if you are struggling, they may not be able to change that or help you in any other way other than like just being present and having their energy be with yours, because I do think that they affect you on an energetic level in a positive way that you may or may not feel. And I know we're looking at a cat tarot deck, but like this could be, when like a cat senses you're sad and comes up and like sits in your lap or tries to distract you. Like that's the energy that's sort of coming through of like, they want you to be okay. And like whatever you're going through, they also just want you to know that they are there and they are fine. And like, this is such a loyal pet who has so much like just love, and like, it does feel like it feels like you've been together a long time, or they just have this older energy where they seem to have this like older life wisdom, even as an animal, as a pet, where they sort of like know the ebbs and flows of life. They sort of know how things go, and they don't have like false expectations for life or people or how things will be. And they have like this animal really has a steady, quieter quality to them. Even if they're playful sometimes, and of course, and this animal does seem like, curious and like funny and sweet and all of those things, but they definitely have an older energy or a quieter energy. And I think that they have like a healing quality to them. And I actually think that something that feels sort of like a life purpose for them is to like have a healing energetic effect on those that they love or those that are around them. And I think that they see your connection as really important and special in some way. It feels very important for their life. Even if you adopted them older and you just got them, somehow this connection with you feels very important to them and special and like meaningful. And it also feels like, it just feels like it was meant to be, or like they really appreciate it. And it feels, important is the word that keeps coming to mind. So let's see what they need more of and less of, if anything. The Empress. The Knight of Swords. Eight of Wands. The Five of Cups. I can't stop thinking that they just, so much of what's going on for them revolves around you. I think because they just really, really care about you. And maybe because this animal does seem a little bit older, they have less concern with like what they need. Because it feels like for some reason they really want you to be okay. And so one thing that they need more of is they want you to be at ease. They want you to be comfortable, to feel fulfilled, to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel protected, and to feel like everything's fine. And they just seem to have this very like keen eye on you. They're very, very focused on your happiness and your ability to be at ease and to be in like a creative state and in flow and to be enjoying life and maybe to be like getting outside and getting fresh air. It definitely seems like this group has either been through something, is going through something, or is worried about your pet. And your pet in turn is concerned about you. And so they just really, really want you to be like at your best and living your best life and your most comfortable life and feeling secure and happy and nurtured and safe. And it's like they don't even care about their own needs in some way. But with that, you could also say that they need more like ease and comfort and relaxation. And I think that they will get it if you're more at ease, if you're able to be. So I don't know if you are feeling like emotional or something right now. And if that's the case, spending time just with them, letting them like sort of comfort you and like sit with you or spend time with you is going to be helpful for them because they'll feel like they're making a difference. If you are able to like be happier and more joyful, that will make them less concerned about you. If you've been worried about them, they are just more worried about how you're affected by that worry because they are actually fine. And I know that like if your animal is really old and you're afraid that they're going to pass on or something like that, that is a possibility. But if that's what's happening for you, they're reiterating to my energy that they are going to be fine and that they are fine. And they're more concerned with how it's going to affect you. Even if they're in pain, it's like they don't care about that. They care more about how you're being affected. It's so interesting how little they need or want because of how much they want you to be okay. And so if we look at what they need less of, this is very similar to me. It feels like they need, because I just think that you're going through it. You're worried or you're sad or you're anxious or you're going through something that does impact your emotional state. And they don't want that to be happening to you. I don't know if you can help it or not, but they don't want that. They need less like worry. I really think for some reason you have a lot of anxiety or sadness or both. And then it just feels like they can feel a lot of that energy coming out of you. And it is like impacting them to a degree because they care so much about you. And I don't want this to make you feel guilty on top of what you're already dealing with, because that's not, they don't want you to feel guilty. It's just that they can sense what's happening with you and they don't want that. And they certainly, if this is an older animal, if there's anything you can do to shift this energy, I know you probably don't want the end of their life to be with you being very like worried or anxious or sad. You may not be able to help it. I don't know what's going on for you, but just so that you know, it would be beneficial to them if there's any way that you could turn any of that energy around and shift it, especially if it is related to this animal and you're worried about this animal. It's time to shift that if you can and release that worry and that sadness and whatever, because it is impacting them more negatively. And basically like you could be having a better experience with them where like it's more calming and happy for them because they're sensing your energy quite a lot. If you're going through something that's not related to your pet, this is maybe just a reminder that like, your pet is picking up a lot of your energy and sensing it. And if there's anything you can do to start shifting that, not only for yourself, but also for their benefit, it would help. And again, I really, really don't want you to feel guilty if that's what's happening, because there's not any like feeling of this pet like their life being ruined by this or anything like that. It's just that they worry about you. And, if there's anything you can do to have happiness with your animal, especially if they are older. I don't know how old they are. I just know that they're not a baby. But this would be helpful for them and for their energy. And there's not much more else to say about that. So let's look at how you have impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you. We have the Page of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, we have Temperance, and we have the Two of Swords. I'm just going to mention this. This is very, very specific. It's not related to these cards, but there may be someone in this group that has like a diabetic cat. I don't know. I know that's very specific and isn't going to relate to most people, but I'm just really getting that vibe. Like, I'm just like, I'm seeing it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling very, very like thirsty and like, just like kind of like weird things that are making me lead to someone having to like give their cat insulin or something like that. Obviously that's not for everyone, but let's look at how you've impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you. Okay, so there's a lot of really lovely, peaceful energy in these cards. Very sweet, loving feelings that are coming through and appreciation. So specifically, it seems like for some of you, you have given this animal a life where they have gotten to like indulge some of their curiosities and they have learned new things. Maybe you have like exposed them to things they wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise. You may even like if this is a cat and they don't leave the house, you've like shown them things they wouldn't have seen otherwise. If this is an animal that does leave the house, you've taken them to places they wouldn't have seen otherwise. And I definitely think there are certainly some animals in this group who get to like go places that they wouldn't have gotten to go if not for you. It does feel like, they've gotten to like travel in certain ways. Like maybe you've taken them on day trips or you've taken them to a park they'd never been to, or you've taken them to someone's house, or like you've sort of like shown them a side of life that, that they wouldn't have gotten to have. And you've, again, yeah, like you've indulged their curiosities in some way, or like you've helped them to learn and grow, which sounds a little bit crazy for a pet, but they have learned because of you. And they've grown because of you somehow. It's like their soul has like evolved, or they've like gotten to like have an interesting life, even if the life with you so far has been short. You've exposed them to things they wouldn't have been exposed to. And I also feel like you've given them like toys or things that they've like learned from. It's not just like they're not just playing. It's like they're also learning. And that's been really cool, because I do get the sense that this pet of yours is very, very smart, very intelligent, very curious, and just like smarter than average, or like, and I do think this animal is a little bit quieter probably. But you can see like their brain working sometimes, I think. And you've given them choices. You know, it does seem like you've given them like options that, again, they wouldn't have had without you. And so I think that this can be something like, you know, maybe on a day-to-day basis, you're like, do you want this toy or this toy? Or I think that you sometimes ask them things, and they love that because it feels like they are getting a choice, and they're not just like treated like I'm just an animal. Like you're treating them like an equal in some way, and they're getting to have like a choice. Or like you have like a can of food and you're like, do you want this can or this can? Like, what flavor do you want? It's like, for some reason, it seems like you ask them and they answer, and they like that. And they're very, very aware that you're giving them a choice. And the fact that they are being given choices impacts them in such a positive way, because they feel like they are being respected, and that they are being seen, and that they are not just, that they're important. They feel very important, and they feel like you're seeing the truth of them and not just treating them like a cat or like a dog or like a rabbit or whatever. It's like they feel more respected and more important and more special. And that's been really important for them. And it also has like helped their intelligence, because again, they really, really seem so smart. And I don't know. It's weird because like I normally wouldn't talk about a pet this way, but like they seem like sort of responsible, or they seem like a more mature pet. Like if there are other pets around, they're like kind of like in charge because like the other animals respect them. It's that kind of thing. But I kind of think for a lot of people here, this is your only animal. You've also supplied them with like a level of comfort and relaxation, you know, and balance. It does feel like there's a lot of balance here, a lot of balance. And so they feel harmonious, they feel balanced, they feel relaxed. Like you've provided a sense of belonging, of peace, of relaxation. They can relax, they can do what they want. And I feel like you've been very responsible. Like you might be very responsible and mature. You might be a quieter person. I'm not sure, but it does seem like what you've given them is that energy. And also they seem to have like a lot of hope that, everything is going to be fine. Like they feel settled, I think, with you. Like they know that they're going to be with you probably for the rest of their life. And they feel very settled in that energy, and it's relaxing, and it's exactly where they wanted to settle in and be for the rest of their life. I don't know. It's like you've provided opportunities for them, which again feels weird for me to say. But somehow it does feel like it's almost like you're like, I don't know. It's so strange. I don't know. It's like, you're like, do you want to go to school? Do you want to do this? Which is so weird because it's a pet. So I don't know if you can maybe tell me what this means, but like, it feels like you've offered them opportunities for things in life that a normal cat or dog or whatever would not have. Does that make sense? And maybe this is a cat that gets to go outside. Like, I don't know, like maybe somehow their life is like different from the average of whatever animal they are. They get to have more opportunities than the average animal, and they really like that. And they've been grateful for that. Yeah, again, I just, for some reason, I feel like they've been given choices and opportunities. And that's a huge thing for them and a huge thing that you offered them specifically. It's almost like, it's almost like you explain things to them. Like I see you talking to them and explaining things to them like they can understand. And like, it's kind of like, yeah, they can understand. And they really feel respected by the fact that like you talk to them and you explain things and you show them things and you offer them choices. It's like you have given them more than the average pet would get in that respect, because it's like, I don't know. It's like normally pets, I guess, are just told what to do. You know, it's like, okay, a lot of times people yell at their pets or they tell them what to do or they have very limited choices and they're happy with that. But your animal has gotten choice and has gotten respect and and that has felt like a really important kind of love for them. And I think they feel very independent. You know, like there was so much energy of them like caring about you and being concerned about you and loving you, but like they also feel very independent. And while they do feel tied to you and they're very concerned about you and you're, I'm going to say probably the most important person or relationship that they have in this life, at least at this point, they do feel very independent and like they're allowed to kind of do what they want. And while they care about you, they also have their own like internal world. It's really interesting. I think that they think about things more than the average animal does, if that makes sense. I hope this is making sense to you. It's just really strange and interesting energy. And again, I just think they're like super smart. It's almost like they can analyze things. Like, I don't know if animals normally can. I mean, this one in particular has like a really smart brain. And I think that you know that. Yeah, I guess let's just look at what else they love about you before we close this out. The Hierophant. Queen of Swords. The Ace of Cups. They love you so much. Again, I don't know if this animal has been in your life a long time or not. Again, so this little owl makes me think that this is you and this is them, and your pet is a little older, or they will grow old with you and be in your life. As long as they are alive. There's a lot of energy of like this cat growing old. Cat or dog or anything. I mean, it's an owl in this case. But yeah, there's just such an appreciation for you and who you are and how you are and what you've given to them. And that's not surprising, is it? But you again, you seem to have a very calm, gentle energy, at least that comes through with your pet, whether or not you're that way typically. And you seem to be a very smart person as well. Yeah, I definitely think that you either are very like learned, like you have gone to school and gotten several degrees, or like you love learning things, whether that is like, I do think that some people in this group definitely have done a lot of schooling and like academics and that kind of thing, but you may just be like someone who loves to learn, someone who is constantly learning about the world or themselves or certain topics. You seem to have very specific interests and you seem to be a very curious person as well. And so it kind of makes sense that you and your pet came together because you do seem to have this interest in learning. And again, it feels so strange for me to talk about like a pet like this, even though obviously some pets are very, very smart. But it's interesting how much you both seem to like to learn. And so there's like a sort of a bonding on that, but like, there is, something that goes through both of your energy fields that like is similar or, bonds in that way. And like, they also love how smart you are and how you respect them, even though they are like a cat or a dog or whatever. They feel, I don't know. I mean, I've said so many of these things already. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but like they just feel very respected and they feel that you see their intelligence and that you treat them as such. And there's a gentleness that you have with them. Like, I don't think that this group yells at their pets a lot. I don't think that you get very out of control. You seem to have like a level of being in control, even if like, I know we had that energy in the beginning of like you going through something or having anxiety or worry. But I think that even though, that might be happening, it's not what has happened most of the time, or that is usually what's going on, or like how they see your relationship or they see you. Like if you are going through something, they are seeing that and feeling worried about you, but it's not how they see you or their life with you or anything like that. So that's really nice. Yeah, they see you as like it's interesting. It is so interesting that an animal sees you this way, but they see you as very multifaceted, very talented, very skilled. I think that they can see you in comparison to other people and they see you as like better. I don't know what exactly that would mean. Like, I don't know if they think that you're smarter or they just like you better, maybe. But they respect you in return. Like there's a lot of respect that goes between the both of you and feelings of allowing the other to be. Yeah. And with the Ace of Cups, there's just this outpouring of love for you and who you are and what you've given them and what you provide for them, while also being like a super calm Ace of Cups. Like, yes, this water is flowing, but this cat here is sleeping calmly. It's like, whatever you have provided for them or are currently providing for them keeps them very calm and feeling very safe. There's just a really safe, relaxed feeling that they have with you. They know that they are okay. They know that that they'll always be protected and respected. And group 2, I think that's all I've got for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know by leaving a comment or liking the video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi, group 3. You chose the Bumblebee Jasper and the Magical Dogs Tarot. Welcome to your reading. We are getting messages from your pet today. Let me set this aside. Okay, so we are going to look at what is going on for your pet right now. How is life for them right now? What they might need more of, what they might need less of, how you have impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you. And then we'll look at what else they love about you, okay? So group 3, what is going on for your pet right now? How is life for them right now? Okay, we have the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and this would be the Page of Swords. Okay, so this isn't going to be for everybody, but the first message I'm getting is this could be an adopted pet. And the reason that I say that is because there is like a walking away, a meeting of someone, and then like a happiness of like moving forward in a new, fresh way. This does not have to be a pet that was adopted, like later in life. Obviously, you adopted your pet probably no matter what, unless you had the parent that like had the child pet. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not explaining that well, but it doesn't matter. So I do see that. Okay. Also, if it wasn't like they had a previous life before they met you, that was like that they walked away from, this also could be your pet could have recently had something like they were sick recently, or they went through something recently and now they're like coming back into like health and exuberance again. So that is another specific message that they have gone through something and maybe like a health thing. And this is also like, this one's extremely specific. So it's probably not going to be for like very many people, but like it is possible your pet got lost or like ran away or something and you just recently found your pet again. But basically all this boils down to is Your pet seems to be doing very well right now, but there is like a recent past where something wasn't going as well. And it doesn't seem like there's like a lot of turmoil or it's really bad or anything, but like, basically it seems like you and your pet or just your pet dealt with like something in the recent or further past, and then I think you specifically helped them to either get better or to have a better life or whatever, and now they're doing great and they're like happy and they're like bounding playfully. So you would know what that is. One of those things or something similar. But right now it feels like there's quite a lot of balance in your pet's life. And it does seem like it's balance with you specifically, although there could be other relationships that your pet has. There could be someone else in the house or whatever. But they do seem to feel very balanced and healthy right now. And so that's really, really good, healthy, happy energy. They seem to be doing physically really well right now, or physically better than they had recently. They seem to be very happy, very energetic, very safe and secure. And they trust you a lot, because it's like we see these two dogs on this like balanced log here on this rock, and there's just a perfect balance here, but there's also no fear that like one of them is going to fall, or like one of them's going to like jump and slingshot the other one into the air or anything like that. Like it just feels like there's a lot of trust here and a lot of comfort and a lot of like knowing that like you've got their back. And I think that they also have your back in some way, and they want you to know that like this pet of yours is very loyal to you. And I mean, that's not very surprising because pets often are, but it's coming through because they feel such a strong loyalty to you specifically. And they feel very safe with you, and they want you to feel safe and like protected by them. Even if they're like a tiny pet that like can't do much to protect you, I think they still want to. This could be an animal of any age. I'm seeing youth. I'm seeing like older age. I'm seeing somewhere in the middle. So, and it feels like they are able to like have like an adventurous spirit while also like having like the calm and safety of you. It feels very much like you provide a safety net for them. And this is a dog tarot. And so I do think there are a lot of dog owners in this one. Because too, like I'm seeing like playing outside and that kind of stuff. But of course, like other animals play outside too. But I think like this feels like home as well, this Two of Pentacles. And so I think that they feel they feel safe. They have a safe home. They feel safe with you. I don't know. And again, I don't know if this animal had a safe home before you, unless, I definitely think there's quite a few in this group that were like adopted a little bit later, and they had life before this that wasn't quite as relaxed and safe. Like this may have been an animal who lived outside or didn't have a home or didn't have a healthy, happy, safe home. Again, that's not going to be for everybody, but that is coming through here. And if that's the case, like you provided safety for them. Let's see what they might need more of. Sky Guardian. So that would be the Knight of Swords. We have the Call, which is Judgment. Let's see what they might need a little less of. Nine of Swords. And Ace of Wands. So it's coming through that they need more of your trust. So I don't know if this is a dog and you take your dog outside to play, but you like won't let your dog off the leash, even though like it's allowed at the park or whatever, because you're afraid they're going to like run away or they're going to like bother people or something. It's something like that where it's like, they want a little bit more freedom. And this could be a different situation, but that's just an example of like wanting to be able to like do a little bit more of what they want to do. Or like you might, if you're like, again, if it's a dog and you have your dog like on a leash, if you're like holding them really tight and never letting them sort of wander like the length of the leash, like something like that, like they need more of that. Or if this is like an indoor pet that doesn't go outside, like maybe giving them more choice. Like if you always play with, you have a cat and you always play with the same string, like maybe try like a laser, maybe try like another toy, like maybe give them more choice, because it seems like somehow they're feeling like a little bit restricted. And they kind of feel like they don't have enough freedom in some area. And you obviously know your pet better than I do. If you have a dog and you can't let your dog off the leash because you know that your dog is going to run away, you obviously need to go with what you know about your pet, but somehow they need a little bit more like freedom and like autonomy and independence in some way, it seems like, or more like choice and a little bit more trust from you too, I think. Yeah, they feel a little bit constrained in some way, and I think you'd probably know better than me why they would feel that way, and maybe it's your own anxiety or something like that. But they seem to need a little bit more freedom to roam or freedom to choose or freedom in some way. Or you might even, they might need to spend a little bit more time with other animals. That's possible too. Or like, if like, again, if it's a dog and in the morning, like your dog really wants to go out at a certain time, but like it's not that like you're sleeping, it's just that you like a different routine. And so you're like, just wait. I know you can wait. We'll eat at this time. We'll take you out at this time, whatever. It might be worth like switching it up. Like if they keep asking to eat at a certain time or asking to go outside or something like that, like, and they can wait and that you think they're just being impatient, it might be worth like kind of going with what they want for a little bit and see, because I think that they're feeling like they don't have enough like choice or something, like they're too controlled. That's sort of what's coming through. So it may be worth thinking about that a little bit. And when it comes to what they need less of, okay, well, with the Nine of Swords, that tends to be anxiety. And this particular one feels like they're a little bit trapped. So, and I'm not saying that you're trapping them, but there may be, I kind of think that maybe you have a little bit of anxiety about them, and that might be why it's coming through as like sort of controlling. And of course, like you make the rules, you're the person, and you know what your pet is like and what they need and what they don't. But it seems like there's maybe a little bit too much anxiety energy coming from you of like needing it to be a certain way, or having like worry about what's going to happen if you give them more like freedom, if you let them run around or something like that, or if you like vary from the routine that you're used to with your pet. It feels like they just they feel a little too controlled. And this is not I'm not like blaming or shaming or anything like that. It's just the energy that I'm feeling. I'm feeling very like tightly controlled. And, it feels like what's best. And yeah, you probably know what's best, right? I mean, again, you're the person, but it's what's sort of coming through here is like, they feel like you know best, but like you don't always know best. And they want a little bit more like freedom and less control and less like, I don't know if they perceive you as like bossy, but that's sort of what's coming through a little bit. Like, I don't want to make you feel bad because, I think that they really, really love you and feel safe with you, but there's just something in this energy of what they're in when it comes to their needs, where it's like, you need to loosen the reins somehow, in some way, in a way that is safe, or like vary the schedule or something to give your pet a little bit more freedom. And if you get angry with your pet, like if they're annoying you and you like snap at them or like that kind of thing, I think if you can try to do that a little bit less, that would be helpful. I'm not saying that you do. This isn't an accusation. It's just coming through that some people might be like getting irritable with their pet or pets because they are probably annoying sometimes, But if that's the case, you might want to like calm the energy down a little bit, because that would help them feel more comfortable and more safe and more free. But in the first cards, I did see how like comfortable they feel with you. And so I wouldn't like worry too much about this, but just that's just what's coming through when it comes to their needs. And let's see how you've impacted their life and what their life has been like because of you. The Page of Cups. The Chariot. The Two of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, well, we have like a few of the elements here. We have swords, we have pentacles, we have cups. And so the first thing that they're saying is that you have provided a sense of balance to them, in that they get to have emotional well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being. And so this is really nice for them, because they also if they did have a life before you that wasn't as good, they may have only been able to worry about like their physical well-being, but now they get to like explore well-being of, other types of well-being, other types of health and harmony. And it seems like because of you, you created a beginning in their life that is grounded, safe. You provided a safe home, physical safety and comfort and warmth, and also like an ability for them to like explore, it's kind of funny to talk about pets like this, but your pet gets to sort of like explore the emotional side of life too. And because it's the page, it's like you also offered this beginning for them where they get to like experience like joy, and they have the safety and the security that allows them to like sort of explore and play and like interact with like the world and with people and maybe other animals in a way that like brings them like joy and emotional comfort and like relaxation and peace. And these new beginnings also like and with the Chariot too, it's like this, you gave them all this fresh energy, and your pet got to like have a fresh new life because of you. And like it also feels like with this Chariot card, it's making me think about like pets that have jobs, and a lot of times I know that's dogs, but I don't know if your pet like has a job or like a responsibility, or is maybe a service animal, or they help you with your health or something like that. But whatever they do, or they feel like is their purpose in life now that they are aligned with you, is something that gives them a lot of joy and fulfillment and reason. And it's like, even with animals, sometimes I think that maybe they need to feel like a reason to be here. And like somehow you've given them a feeling of like purpose, fulfillment, and a reason for being here, and companionship. I wonder if your animal was kind of tentative at first when you first got them, if they were sort of like afraid or timid, and basically you've given them a life that has created more like boldness in them, more comfort, and like more feeling like safe enough to like be themselves and like express themselves. And like so again, there's definitely people here who adopted a pet a little bit later, and they experienced not as good of a time before you. And so I think that this is also like a callback to that a little bit of like, either things were harder before you came along, or they were certainly like afraid of what was going to happen or something. It doesn't have to be everyone, but I am getting this message a lot. So I really do think this might be what is happening a lot with this group, is like this pet of yours did have a previous life before you that wasn't as healthy. And your pet could also be still a little bit like, this pet may not like love everybody or like bond to everybody or like run up to people. They still might be a little bit timid or like a little like snappish or something like that with like other people outside of you, or like people who they seem to kind of have some particularities, or they can be a little like, yeah, particular about stuff. This could be like an animal that's like a little bit picky about what they eat or about who they interact with. And I think that also the way that you've impacted them has helped them to feel like just safer in general. And it's okay if they don't get along with everybody, because they feel safe with you and they feel safe to like explore the things that they want to explore, and that you don't necessarily like force them to be like friendly with everyone that comes along. I've definitely been feeling anxious energy with your pet as I've been reading these cards. And so I think that like, no matter what you've done for them, there is a little bit of anxiety sometimes with this pet. And I think you're probably more aware of it because they're your pet. But despite that anxiety or that nervousness that they have, like they feel safe with you and they feel like they can explore the world a little bit more with you by their side. And you really have like enhanced their ability to live a better life. And they may, if they do have anxiety, that's something that they might just have forever. But like, basically it's coming through here in how you've impacted them because you help them to feel safer despite it. Or like, it's like sometimes they can let the anxiety go because you provide like enough stimulation or attention or safety or whatever it is for them to just kind of like feel alive and forget about it. But it does come in. And so I think too, you're probably already, if your pet is anxious, you're aware of that, but you're probably also really gentle with them because of that. But this is another reminder that they need some gentleness as well. Yeah, let's see what else they love about you. So much new beginning energy in this reading. So I really do want to reiterate again that I think that you offered them a new beginning in some way. And that is something that has impacted them greatly. Strength. 4 of Swords. The Dog Star, which is the star. And the Mage, which is the Magician. It's so interesting to me that basically in every pull that we've done for your pet, there is always one that is a little less positive than the others. So I do think that your pet may be carrying trauma of some kind, or like I said, anxiety or something. The 4 of Swords is not bad, but it's a little less like happy and colorful. And you can see this dog in the background is like, is hurt. But also like this other dog is licking its wounds and it's protected, and this dog is keeping watch, and like it has support. So I think that your pet has been wounded in some way in the past. And one thing that they love about you is that you have tended to their wounds in whatever way that you can, by either providing shelter, food, emotional support, physical care. Like, you've helped them to recover and recuperate, and you've given a place for them to basically rest while they recover from what they went through. And it's possible you have other pets that also give or there may be other people in your home or in your life that provide love and care. But I do think there might be another pet or other pets that maybe younger or more spry even, but they can sense what this pet has been through, and they may care for them quite a bit. They do love your strength, your ability to care for yourself and others. They love that you seem to know a lot, you know how to do a lot. You seem to have a lot of knowledge and understanding. I wonder if there are some people in this group who are just really, really good with animals and sort of like understand what animals need, or you've like helped a lot of, maybe you've adopted a lot of pets, or you've helped a lot of animals that needed help, or maybe you've just helped a lot of people that need help. Somehow it seems like you have a nurturing energy in the sense that like, you know what other beings need. And specifically, I think that you're really good at knowing what physical needs they might need, and you might be very good at being very gentle. There's a lot of energy here of you helping to heal. And so your pet one thing they really love about you is like how you have helped them heal or are helping them heal. And that I don't think that they are the only one that you've done this with, and that you have like an understanding and ability to help people or animals heal and come back to themselves, and like you know how to nourish them and like bring them into a place where they feel more safe and secure and healthy and well. And while this pet could potentially always have like anxiety, for example, or another issue, your gentleness and patience with them, and like maybe even the rules that you have around them, have been helpful, even if they need to break out of the rules a little bit. But yeah, I'm seeing that you just have a knowing. You just know what they need, and you supply it, and you take good care of them, and you really seem to provide like a nourishing, safe space and like safe shelter. Like they definitely feel like they are physically much better off because of you, and their body is healthier because of you, but that also then extends to the way that they feel, and like even the way that they think. Like I don't fully understand how animals think, but it is coming through that there's like mental energy that has changed. And they see you as very secure and very strong and very like stable in some way. You know, it's interesting because like I was getting some energy of like some people maybe like, without trying to be mean, but like yelling at their cat or yelling at their dog or whatever, because they're being annoying. But then I also have this energy of you seeming very calm. So I don't know if there are just multiple types here, or if like sometimes you are very calm and then sometimes you just like get annoyed. I don't know. But they seem to overall feel like a calm, nurturing and nourishing energy from you. And yeah, you seem really responsible, I think. And you always have what you need, and you always have what others need. And like needs are always taken care of around you. And they can trust you, and they can come to you when they need something. And they may make their needs known to you where they would not make their needs known to other people. And so too, with some of that energy of like what they were needing more or less of, I think they were making those needs known because they know it's safe to make those needs known. And whereas with other people, I don't think they feel as safe to do that. Yeah, I think you provide a safety, nourishment, protection, and you allowed them to recuperate. And so they feel like they are better off with you. And yeah, I think overall, I just want to say that they feel really safe. And I think that's all. Group 3, thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know by leaving a comment or liking the video. I will see you again soon. Bye.